Hey everybody, it's Van Time with Chuck and Deb, and today we're going to be talking about top 10 tips for prophets.
What is a prophet?
Alright, so Deb and I would define the prophetic type. Usually what comes to mind is somebody telling the future. Although we believe prophets can and will do that, we think a more accurate way to describe the prophet is one statement: "Thus saith the Lord." So they're truth tellers. They tend to be black and white, and they don't mind telling you if you're right or wrong. So, hon, what's the first tip?
The first tip is that they are a gift from God to the rest of the body. And
What do we mean by that?
it means that we need their gifting. Even though we may not appreciate it or want it, we actually need it.
Yeah, we need somebody to tell us the truth. What's number 2?
Number 2 is the prophet is responsible to deliver the message, not enforce it.
Yeah, a prophet can tend to twist arms until people cry uncle and do what they've said. But usually that doesn't end well. God's given you a message. Just deliver the message. You don't have to enforce it.
Number 3, all truth does not need to be spoken. And here we're talking about you have to have a filter. Is it appropriate to say this, or is it not appropriate to say this?
This is one of the things prophets struggle with. They have to speak everything that's on their mind.
Number 4, prophet types really need an apostolic pastor who will love and correct them.
A prophet needs somebody in their life that loves them enough to tell them the truth, but in a loving way, because sometimes prophets can dish it out, but they can't take it. And so everybody, especially prophets, need a shepherd in their life to watch over their soul.
Number 5, it's helpful if they can have someone check and give them feedback on their facial expressions.
What do we mean by that one?
A lot of times, truth tellers tend to come across as looking very stern and angry, and that may not be their intention, but that's the way they're coming across because of their expressions on their face.
Yeah, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So if you just smile a little bit and unfurrow those brows, just take some of the pressure off.
Number 6 is the definition of gentleness: just the amount of pressure it takes to move an object. So we often use this illustration if we put a glass on a table, and it's like, how much pressure does it take to move that glass? Just a little bit of pressure. Where if you tend to be more prophetic, a lot of times you're hitting it too hard, and when all it needed was just a little tiny nudge. And so just basically don't overdo it. Number 7, they are not omniscient.
Sometimes the prophets, because they're saying "Thus saith the Lord" so often, sometimes it's a swing and a miss. And the Lord did not say, but they're under the impression, because they feel so strongly about it, it must be from God. That is not true.
Okay, ready for number 8? Oftentimes a prophet appears overconfident and or arrogant.
So for us, we need to recognize that a prophet's confidence is not necessarily pride.
Number 9, don't use your success as a weapon.
Wow, what does that mean?
Just because you've been right before doesn't mean you're always going to be right.
Enough said.
And number 10, look at the type of people who are following you. If all you have is weak or heavy-handed, you're probably misusing your gift.
So if you're being dominating, then you tend to attract people that like to be dominated. Either they're very weak or they like dominating other people. So look at that very carefully. That's the top 10 tips for prophetic types. And we're probably going to do the other 4 gifts in Ephesians 4:11 through 13. And so stay tuned for that. Hey, we hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, pass it out on. Think about subscribing. If you've got questions, put them in the comments below. And until next time,
Keep making disciples until
there's no place left. Get the sun on my beard.
I know, it's like whoosh, white.
What happened to the beard? It's the Shekinah glory.